My name is April Hall. I'm applying for acting at the New York campus, and today's date is November 10th, 2016. This was my mother's hat. Kind of her lucky hat. The last time I saw her, before the accident, she was wearing this hat. She always wore this hat. This was her bike. It's a long story. We used to come out here. First thing when she put back from summer. It was like our place to get reacquainted. Have a mother-daughter. She would tell me all about her orangutans, and then she'd go develop her pictures. I remember this one time, she'd given the orangutans our names. Esther was the bossy one. Paul was the one that made faces all the time, and Rachel was very, very quiet. I had forgotten all of that. You know, sometimes I think about her, and I tell myself, if I think about her, somehow she's still alive. That's crazy, right? I went with her once, to Kenya, when I was 9. I was in her way the whole time, though she never said. The next summer, I lied. I said it was too hot. I wanted to stay on the beach. I could have helped her now. I can tag animals, and I know how to do the weighing and observing. We could have been friends. That's what she wanted. I just wanted her to be my mother. She was a good scientist. I think she was the best. But she was away a lot and she took risks. Going up on that mast was reckless. It was stupid and reckless, and why doesn't anyone talk about that? She shouldn't have gone up there. She was my mother. And if she had just been my mother, just once, maybe she'd still be alive today. I've found almost everything ever written about love to be true. Shakespeare said, "Journeys end in lovers' meeting." What an extraordinary thought. Personally, I have not experienced anything remotely close to that, but I'm more than willing to believe Shakespeare had. I suppose I think about love more than anyone really should. I'm constantly amazed by its sheer power to alter and define our lives. It was Shakespeare who also said, "Love is blind." Now that is something I know to be true. For some, quite inexplicably, love fades. For others, love is simply lost. And then, of course, love can also be found, even if just for the night. And then, there's another kind of love. The cruelest kind. The kind that almost kills its victims. It's called unrequited love. Of that, of course, I'm an expert. Most love stories are about people who fall in love with each other. But what about the rest of us? What about our stories? Those of us who fall in love alone. We are the victims of the one-sided affair. We are the cursed of the loved ones. We're the unloved ones. The walking wounded. The handicapped without the advantage of a great parking space. Yes, you're looking at one such individual. And I have willingly loved that man over there for 3 miserable years. The absolute worst years of my life. The worst Christmases, the worst birthdays, New Year's Eves, brought in by tears and Valium. These years that I've been in love have been the darkest days of my life. All because I've been cursed with being in love with a man who does not and will not love me back. Oh God, just the sight of him. Heart pounding, throat thickening, absolutely can't swallow. All the usual symptoms. I've reached the end of my video submission. Once again, my name is April Hall.